Deadwood. All right, here goes in 3, 2, 1.
Damn it, this don't look right. I'm sending you coordinates. Come here right fast.
Okay.
Whoa. Sorry, hold on.
The morning stream into daring rescue action. Insert Scott Fletcher quote here.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the MS. I got it. There's an update. I just barely got to my soundboard, and I wonder if there's something weird with that. Like if I'm over this, can I hit this?
The morning
Yeah,
stream
works fine.
into.
I don't know. Hey, it doesn't matter. Welcome to the show, everybody. It's the morning stream for October 21st, 2020. I'm Scott Johnson with Brian Ibbett. Good morning, Brian Ibbett.
Hello, Scott. Oh my God, it's 10/21/2020.
Whoa, 10/21/2020.
Which really has no numerology kind of funness to it.
Just fun to say, though.
Just fun to say.
Brian is waiting for a giant truck to show up, and so I just want to warn everybody that if a giant truck shows up with all of the
giant truck stuff,
drugs that he. Oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't supposed to say.
Yes, Brian is now Sicario. How about that?
Fantastic. When that happens,
I don't know. Is Sicario a guy or a
Sicario is a
location?
place, I think.
Okay, all right.
I think. I don't remember. I love that movie, but I can't remember what the name stands for. I think it's a place. It's very good, by the way. If you've never seen it.
Anyway,
so when
if
this
it shows up, I'm gonna have to just bail like that.
He just has to literally go pew and leave. So the hope is it either doesn't happen at all during the recording and happens right after or something, or whenever you want it to, or it happens right when, say, Tom's on. Because once Tom is here and Nicole is here, I can kind of continue on and have, the remainder of the show pretty much. But it would be a real problem if suddenly Brian saw the truck right this second. That would be bad.
That would be bad,
Yeah.
yes.
So
yes,
keep your eye on the truck, Brian. Good luck.
Right before the show, I moved my car out to the street.
Yeah.
And when there's no pressure, I can parallel park like a badass mofo, right? Like I can do it in one, like I feel like I'm great at it.
Yeah.
Today, just because it's like, okay, I'm in a hurry. Let's get a parallel park, to put my car on the street. And there's no other cars on the street. The only thing I'm avoiding is our recycling bin because recycling gets picked up today. And it took me like 5. It was a 5-point back up, forward, back up, forward.
I'm terrible at them, so don't feel bad. You're good at them most of the time. I'm bad at them most of the time, so we can just swap our lives. So now if the big truck comes, does it have a place to go? Mm-hmm. Like, is it going up your driveway? Is it going to go in front?
It's going up the driveway.
Okay.
Right up the driveway. Right up the driveway.
All right. That sounds all right. And they'll back it right up, and then you're going to, load all this into your garage for a while?
Yep, exactly. That's exactly right. Yeah, it should be fun. Well, they're going to load it into my garage. From there, it's... Oh,
they are? Okay, nice. So you don't have to pull them off the truck. They're going to do that.
Technically, as long as I just get them started, I could come back and finish up the show and just say, lock up when you're done. I could probably, see when they're done and go close the garage door. But
yeah, that's always a comforting thing to tell your driver you've never met. Lock up when you're
right.
done.
Exactly. Yes.
All right. Well, I'm excited. Yeah, and if it's a 53-inch trailer is pretty long, but if you've
53 foot is even larger.
Or foot. Did I say inches? I meant foot.
Yeah. You working on my Stonehenge? Hinge?
No, your hedge. It's your hedge.
My Stonehenge.
Yeah. I love that you did a verbal typo to fix my verbal typo.
That's right, exactly.
That worked out great. But yeah, you'll be fine. It's long enough. You got a long enough driveway. Right?
Yeah. We got a good. We don't have a 53 foot driveway. That's kind of crazy. So they may not they might not back up the driveway, but they'll park on the street.
Yeah. And there'll be plenty of space. We did this too on a shorter than that driveway, and it worked out fine. You'll be all right.
Totally is. So, how does AV Tech John know how long the truck is that's coming?
That's actually a good point. He may. Is he familiar with the ins and outs of the freaking freight world, and he only knows there are only certain feet or something? Maybe he does.
Yeah, I don't know.
I thought he was an AV expert. Look at his name.
Yeah, well, he is. He's an AV tech. Jeez.
Yeah, maybe that stands for automotive vehicle tech.
Maybe that's a good point.
Yeah. Yes. Big Jim 5 says he knows too. All right. Well, doesn't matter. Because if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, it's fine.
Well, I just got an update.
Yeah. Oh.
From logistics.
Uh-huh.
I have just checked with Forward Air on the status of this delivery. They are currently trying to set a delivery appointment with the consignee. Since this delivery will be residential, I will follow up with them later on this afternoon to confirm that a delivery appointment has been set.
Oh.
This afternoon? So, okay, if you're going to follow up this afternoon.
Are they going to tell, are you the consignee?
I don't think I'm the consignee. We're going to find out. If I get a call.
You're the comptroller.
You might be on with Brian Dunaway for a minute or two alone, but
it's really weird, man. Isn't that weird? It's weird.
Yeah, we're gonna see. We'll find out.
I don't like how they do that stuff.
Stuff is sort of happening, so we'll keep you updated.
FedEx moving at the sound of business, or no, moving at the speed of business. All right. Nonetheless, we got a few things to get through here before we bring Dunaway in. Happy 2000 episode and 9 episodes rather. 2009, everybody, the year of special sets of skills. Yeah, that's right. In 2009, we got the first of many Taken movies, Taken 1, that we'll now refer to it as Taken 1. At the time, it was just Taken. And the Star Trek reboots, the JJ verse happened, and the first glimpse we ever really had, truly, of Chris Hemsworth as Kirk's dad in that opening sequence.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
2009. Weird.
That's right. It was our first glimpse, really, our first major glimpse of the Hemsworth.
Yeah,
gazing upon his handsome visage.
Yeah, I don't think I'd ever seen him before that. He was new to me. In fact, I didn't really think about him again until someone said, "Oh, Thor's coming out, and here's the guy they're using." And I went, "Wait a minute, where did I see him before? Oh yeah, Star Trek. Got it. You know, he's in the new Mad Max movie. Did I tell you? Did you hear about that?
Oh yes, with Anna Taylor-Joy.
I don't know who he's gonna be though. Like, okay, so this is prequel, right?
Mr. Furiosa. Hi, honey, I'm home.
I mean, somebody suggested Immortan
Get
Joe.
your arm stuck in the microwave again. Oh no, how are we gonna get that out?
I love that he gets to just use a straight up accent that he already has.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're gonna get to hear the true Hemsworth probably.
Yeah, it's not like freaking Tom Hardy had to switch it over a little bit, but yeah, I don't know what he's gonna play. People said, hey, what if he's Immortan Joe? Like now, even a younger Furiosa, Immortan Joe would still be a blistery old piece of shit. It's not gonna be buff Hemsworth.
You know, my worry for this, and it's my worry that I always have with prequel movies, is that they're gonna try and jam every interesting thing about the character into the origin, like how that all starts. The worst example of this is Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade and River Phoenix, where he gets the hat, he learns how to use a whip, he gets the scar on his chin, he develops his fear of snakes, and he meets an archaeologist that kind of inspires him to do what he does, all in one little train ride.
Yeah, in one train sequence that lasts like 10 minutes.
Right,
we get everything we know about him. Yep.
Yeah.
I hate that, actually. I really hate it. So, yes, please, George Miller, none of that.
Right.
Let's learn
all right,
lessons.
she loses her arm, she shaves her head, she...
Let's not have that. Let's change everything about how prequels are done and do a proper one.
He gets his hat, too. That's right, P squared. God. Oh, everything.
Yeah, all of it. His whip, didn't his whip come from that?
Yeah, his whip totally came from that. First time he used the whip because there's a lion that he has to...
Did he already have the whip, or did he get the whip?
He didn't have the whip. He got the whip.
So he got the
whip.
On
the lion. It was like a circus train. It was a lion tamer's whip.
So that's egregious.
It really is. It is so... I love that movie. I really do, but it's so shoehorned in there.
Yeah, I don't like that. That's dumb. Unless, well, whatever.
Yeah.
Just don't do that, George Miller. And you, I trust. I think you got this covered. Everything will be fine.
It's like finding out that Batman's parents died, and he took the name Batman right there in the alley and met the Joker for the first time. And
they did. Tim Burton tried this too. He did the same thing.
He totally did. Exactly. Yes.
What are other bad examples of this? I mean, I guess the Star Wars prequels are full of stuff like this.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of like what.
Just trying to.
I mean, they had 3 movies to stretch the origins of.
They did, but just
Luke, of Anakin becoming Vader. So it's not like he, He got all burned up and he liked black and he made a costume and he learned how to use a lightsaber, like all in one 10-minute sequence.
Yeah, that's true. It's not quite the same. They do stretch it out. But like 3PO's
Yeah.
beginnings, that was all pretty contrived. The whole Jango Fett thing is just freaking stupid. Like, those movies annoy me too. Anyway, what we're saying is either don't do a prequel or do it right. Okay?
You're right. And I you know what, I'm with you. I've got hopes that the Miller is going to do it justice.
Yeah, it's George effing Miller. He knows what to do. He made a good sequel to Babe Pig in the City. It wasn't a prequel though, so
That's right. Babe becomes a pig and he likes the city and he learns how to jump a fence. I don't know. I don't know what I can't remember what happened in Babe.
He knew that'll do, pig. That'll do. Very early on.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know how that works. All right. Let's tell you a quick story. Now, there's a mystery going on here in the Johnson house. Truly, truly a mystery.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday, at some point during the day or night, I ended up with a bunch of blood on my pants. These sweats I wore to bed, on the right side of the pants. I want to make this part clear. It's not where no blood escaped the
where the poop comes out.
No, either that end or the front end, either end. But it's up
gotcha.
front. Okay, it's up front.
Where neither where lemonade nor fudge is made.
Correct. Either of those two delightful summer treats. So over here, I got this big thing, and it looks like it didn't come from me. And I looked all over me. There's no cuts. I got nothing anywhere with any kind of blood anywhere. It's just on those sweats. So I thought, ow, well, I just missed this. This must have come from the dogs because I have the dogs on my lap. But they're both fixed, by the way, so it shouldn't be bleeding that way. But they also wrestle a lot. And one of them did lose a tooth.
Yeah, okay. All right.
And I was like wrestling around with her and kind of, grubbing on her. And she's really, the new dog is super cuddly at night. She just wants to climb up on top of you on the couch and just lay with you and stuff.
I love that.
I do too. It's the best thing ever. So I think it came from a dog because it's nowhere else in the house anywhere. It's not on the couch where we were, the blanket I was cuddled up in. We watched a movie last night, which is my recommendal today. It wasn't on any of the pillows on the couch. It wasn't anywhere near the bed, any of my other clothes, nothing but my pants. And it's a fair amount. Like I should have taken a picture of just to freak you all out, but it's like a big, a big.
Right. Here's what you would have done too. You would have tweeted a photo of bloody pants and with a little thing that said "blood on my pants." Period. And just drop the mic.
And then let drop that bomb and see what happens. Exactly.
And then not responded for like 2 hours after people.
See what flies come to that turd.
Yes.
Exactly. So, I mean, I didn't do that, but
it's still a mystery. Like there's still no solution. We don't know.
No idea. Like this morning, I was like so nervous to pee because once I noticed, I went, "What if this is in my pee?" I says to myself. So I went to the bathroom, and I'm like holding my breath, going, "Please, please, please be normal." Clear as the morning rain, no problem. Not even like all.
Hopefully a little yellow. I mean,
hardly any because I drank a ton of water last night.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, all right.
Yeah. So I've been hydrating real well. Anyway, that isn't it. It's definitely not coming out the other end, and I don't have a cut or a mole or anything. So I think it has to be the dog, right?
Can you this late in the game? Can you order one of those 23andMe kits? And then brush that blood into the little vial, send it, and just see what comes back.
Maybe. I mean, that blood it keeps, right? Like the DNA of a blood sample.
Should. And if we learned anything from Grissom on CSI Las Vegas,
yeah, that's a good point. I could zoom a camera in there and everything. Okay, so here's the other thing. The dog wasn't just wrestling around with her teeth, but by the way, no blood on my hands or my arm where I was wrestling with her. So I don't know if it's the tooth thing or not. But I did have her butt direct contact with dog anus right on my thigh here where most of the blood was. So maybe she, burst a bum unit. I don't know what they are. I don't know how that works. Like, I don't know what happens.
Glands? I don't think, I think it would be a noticeable odor if it were a busted anal gland.
Yeah, and I didn't notice any of that. So
Yeah.
It's a mystery around
Did
here.
you have spaghetti last night? Marinara sauce?
No, it's not. It's
Okay.
definitely
All
not
right.
food. We didn't have anything
Okay.
that was red, and also it's definitely blood. It's like,
It's definitely blood. Okay.
yeah, it's got the
Huh.
It's hard to explain. If you get a piece of cloth bloody, and then it dries.
Yeah, you
there's
can
a certain
tell, right?
like-
There's that thick, right.
and it's brown, kind of,
Mm.
brownish
so yeah.
red rust.
Nurse Liz G, by the way, confirms that no, you need a fresh sample for 23andMe.
Oh, you do?
Can't
Yeah,
just,
but
can't
if-
just scrape it off a pair of sweatpants.
But if the cops were here, they'd have enough, right? To figure out
Sure.
who did
And I
it.
think they'd probably use a different technique than what 23andMe uses. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a really good question.
So
Yeah.
anyway, I don't know what to think about it, dude. I don't like it. I don't like this kind of mystery. It's fine if I found a bunch of blood and went, oh look, I had a cut I didn't know about. Like yesterday, I was opening a box with an X-Acto knife, so I thought, oh maybe I cut myself and just didn't notice, because sometimes those blades don't hurt, they just bleed, right?
Sure,
But no,
sure.
nothing. I got nothing else. There's no other blood here. It's just this one spot right here, right thigh, just a thing there, and I don't have an origin story. And I'll check the dogs today more carefully to see if something's up. But
Yeah,
no,
they probably have what dog beds you could probably look at and see if there's any more, and maybe
oh,
get them
right,
from
yeah,
there.
they're kennels. That's true. Except
Mm-hmm.
they're all dark blankets in there. Ugh. Anyway, the mystery continues tomorrow. Perhaps. Hey, listen, Whistle 34. I'm going to tell you my blood story as long as I want. All right. Tomorrow, if I've got a break in the case, I'll let you guys know what's going on.
Perfect. Please
Okay?
do.
All right.
Please do.
Don't
I have two
stress.
real quick things. Last night we played trivia, and I texted Scott as soon as I came up with it. I was actually in the car driving to a hobby shop to pick up some primer, and I kind of went overboard and picked up some more. Picked up the entire Black Order Thanos Crisis
Oh my gosh.
figures. Yes, I know. I couldn't resist.
I'm gonna say that's not just primer. That's
Check it out.
more than primer.
No, check it out. Thanos comes with his whole throne set up.
Wow.
Look at that.
Yeah,
Anyway,
that's actually pretty tempting. Had you not seen these before and you were just like, oh my gosh, I got it.
I've seen them online, and I was like, oh, picking up gray primer and black primer and white primer, and oh, let's see if they have any Marvel Crisis Protocol stuff. And I look over there, and it's like, oh, they have all of the figures, like Star-Lord and Gamora and Nebula and Vision and Winter Soldier, and oh man, it was really tempted to just go all of them.
Just
please.
buy everything they have. Yeah, I would
Yeah,
be too, especially
so-
given your love of Marvel things, all things Marvel.
Exactly. So eventually I probably will pick all those up, but for right now, just the Black Order, just Thanos and the Black Order, so I can have a little end game in my
cosplay
house.
at the house. Yeah.
Anyway, so as I was driving, I came up with our trivia team name for last night,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just so proud of it. I had to text Scott immediately and say, "Here's my trivia team name I just came up with,"
pretty
and it's
good.
all has to do with the Jeffrey Toobin. Is it Jeffrey?
Jeffrey
No, it's
Toobin.
Toobin. Jeffrey Toobin thing from CNN.
Yep.
Team name last night, which got quite a few chuckles when it was announced, is the Zoom where it fappened. So a little Hamilton, a little current news
The
reference.
Zoom where it happened. The Zoom where it happened.
The Zoom where it happened. And so we played trivia with my friend Chris Brown,
Yeah.
insert joke here,
Mhm.
as well as our neighbors across the street, Patrick and Britt and their two kids. And Britt is young and sweet and innocent, and I had to explain what FAP meant.
Oh no!
I had to explain why it's
Oh
happened
no!
and not-
So,
and
yeah,
not
because
happened.
otherwise she's just like, well, what does that even freaking mean? You just used an F instead of the H, but you had to explain
right,
it.
exactly.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yes.
How'd she do with it? She was okay with the news.
She laughed.
All right.
She's got a wicked sense of humor. So it kind of worked out just fine, but she hadn't heard that phrase, and so I had to explain that.
She had lovely naivete. Let's put it that way.
She did, exactly. Yes. And then the other thing that I was going to mention, last night I finished the third season, the final episode of Dark,
Ooh.
which I recommended weeks ago. German series that they brought to Netflix. Definitely recommend watching. Absolutely recommend watching it. It is fantastic, and because the acting on the dubbing, the English dub, is so bad, watch the subtitles, read the subtitles. It's worth it anyway.
Okay.
This thing it's so brilliantly written. It does break my time travel rules pretty egregiously, but
But you're okay with it in this case.
I'm okay with it when everything surrounding the whole thing is so brilliantly interwoven. Stuff like this, when you get a series that deals with time travel, and as much as I love Lost, it's guilty of this. They create all of these interesting mysteries, some of which get solved in the end, but some of them are kind of like, yeah, maybe that was kind of a mistake. Let's figure out a quick way to write that one off, Polar Bears. But everything is kind of explained, and it feels like they knew the whole 3 seasons story when they did episode 1 of season 1, and it's so clever, so well done.
Satisfactory, you would call it, in a great
Very
way.
satisfactory, yes. I'd say
right.
it's the second favorite thing I've watched series-wise this year, and Succession being the first.
Oh yeah, that's my next thing. Brian reminded me that I had.
I keep harping on you to watch Succession. I know, I worry that I'm going to overhype it, like I'm worried that I would do with Parasite, but it's so good. Both of them are really, really good.
I'm pretty excited to watch it. So, because I just finished. Well, I won't tell you why I watched Brian Cox up the last week or so, but I'm ready for more Brian Cox. More Brian Cox.
You watched me what?
I watched Brian Cox. His webcam got left on. We had a Zoom accident. And you'll be stepping away from your New York Post job for a while. All right.
Sorry. Goodbye, everybody. Sorry.
Goodbye.
Oh, I didn't know it was on. I'm sorry.
I didn't know it was on.
Didn't know it was on. Sorry.
Jury's right about the work time hour thing. That
exactly.
right there is your standard. That's your
There's
rule.
the problem.
Yep.
Yes.
That's your rule right there. If you go past that, you're an idiot. All right. We have with us someone, but we have to do this first. Oh, that music right there means it's time for Babble Royale. Time for us to have a little bit of fun with our friend in South Carolina, Mr. Brian Dunaway. Brian, welcome to the show. How are you?
Oh, hi, Scott and Brian.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
How are you? You doing all right there?
I'm doing great. I was just checking out my pants. No blood, so everything's good.
Yeah.
Good.
What would you have done? Wouldn't you freaked out a little bit? It's like, there's blood here. What do you do?
This has happened to me before, especially with animals. Animals sometimes will, get hurt on their leg, or it usually doesn't have to be something leaking out of their anuses or something.
Usually it doesn't have to be.
Usually it's not what it is. Usually it's like, they got into a little thing, or maybe they're just really itchy right there and they bit a little too much, and they're bleeding a little bit.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's gross though.
It's just so it's just so centrally located in that it's not anywhere else. There's no smatterings of it. There's nowhere else on the couch. It's like just not there except this one place on me.
And so then you start questioning yourself. It's like, I was wondering why the dog was so cuddly. Maybe he needed some emotional, reassurance after his
that he's not
bloody
gonna die.
ordeal.
Don't worry, you're not going to die.
Yeah. I thought he was just coming to say, hey, he needed life reassurance. I was his therapy human.
Well, as we know, the mystery continues.
But I did one time.
Yeah.
I'll tell you the most blood I've ever had on my pants. Would you like to hear the story of the?
All right.
Would you like to hear the story of when I was just a lad?
With the most blood, kids, settle down. Let me tell you a story of when I had the most blood on my pants.
The most blood was on my pants ever.
There's a how many lines are in this top 10 list? Is there?
Right. I had a fairly new pair of blue jean shorts. They were white. Did you ever have any white blue jean shorts?
Yeah. It was the 80s, of
Yeah,
course.
1983 I did, yeah.
Exactly. This was the 80s. You were in the correct decade.
Yep.
And my cousin, who was a hilarious, riotous kind of fella, kind of would throw frogs at a tree. All right, so we were out at, we went to Junior's house. That's right, Junior. Junior had a whole yard full of rabbits in their pens.
Okay.
And so we went over to the rabbit and said, "Oh, pet the pets! Oh, pet the rabbits! Oh, they're so soft! Oh, they're so soft! They really are!" And then he said, "Oh, yes!" And he's like, "Oh, let them nibble on your finger just a little bit, a little nibble on your finger there, nibble, 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 crunch, crunch." My finger's not a carrot, Mr. Rabbit.
No. Oh, and they latch on late, like they locked.
Oh.
Yeah.
So wait,
rabbits.
So do you just
got some
bleed
sharp teeth.
Bleed profusely all over your pants at that point?
Oh my God! I almost lost my finger. Yeah, I was like, oh my God! I didn't know what to do with it. So I'm like putting it on my leg, trying to hold it to put pressure. And it's just like I get home, there's like blood all over my white pants. It just absorbs it, just like.
Oh yeah, if you're wearing white, you're screwed. You shouldn't be wearing white anyway. But when you do with blood around, you're done.
Well, I wasn't planning on getting bitten by a rabbit.
No,
that's what they say. Don't wear white after Labor Day or when you're sticking your finger in a rabbit's mouth.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. Those are the
now
two.
Tell us the story of when you had the second most amount of blood on your pants.
So the second most amount of blood.
Just work
your
way down.
I had a pimple in my butt.
Yeah.
And
So you sat on my lap and I forgot about it and woke up with blood on my pants. There we go.
Right. Oh, anyway, my cousin's a jerk. He laughed, thought it was really funny. I'm like, get me to the emergency room.
He is that kind of cousin then.
Jackanade.
The worst kind of cousin. Cousins that throw frogs at trees, that's your first sign. Get the hell out of there. Get out.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Get out of that relationship. Speaking of relationships, we're going to make one right now with a caller who's been sitting here very patiently listening to us talk about blood. And we're going to find out who it is. Hi, thanks for waiting. Who's this?
I was going to lead with, oh, hi, Scott and Brian. But after all that blood, wow.
Yeah, right?
Too much.
Oh, it's Big Jim.
Oh, it's Big Jim, everybody. Big Jim. I recognized the voice, but I wasn't 100% sure. I didn't want to say.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's totally Big Jim.
Brian Ibbett, just so you are aware, you are the consignee. So
that's why I was
they should be calling you.
Cool. Well, when they call, I'll answer. And
wait, did he say consignee?
Consignee.
Yes. So it's not co-signing.
Consignee is the proper term.
Okay, consignee.
Okay. That's the
right.
Yes, as the official trade nerd of the internet, I am telling you the official term is consignee.
Ooh, this is like trade chat. We're having trade chat right here.
We can do trade chat.
Yeah, this is fantastic. Well, Big Jim, it's good to have you here and your expertise in the world of trade because Brian's about to put you through the rigors of picking the right guy in a dumb trivia contest. Brian, explain the rules and what our topic is, please.
I will so totally do that. I'm going to give Scott and Brian a topic. They're going to go back and forth giving me answers that fit that topic. If one of them gives a wrong answer, repeated answer, or they take too long to come up with an answer, the win will go to the other player. Big Jim, your job is to predict who's going to come out on top based on the topic. Today, you are playing for the carryover prizes from last Babble Royale on Monday, a bag of Kahawa coffee from Aaron at Kahawa Roasters, and a copy of Battlefleet Gothic Armada, courtesy of Richard Carlson. And we're adding also from Richard Carlson, because there's just not enough Warhammer in your life, Warhammer 40K Dawn of War Game of the Year edition.
Ooh, that's great. So that's a heck of an
all
RTS.
The Warhammer.
Yeah, it's great. Anything 40K and I'm in. So pleased to hear these are our prizes. So what twisted topic are you laying at our feet today?
This one I came up with Monday during Babble Royale.
Oh, Lord.
Excellent.
Oh, no.
There are, around the world, there are 86 different varieties of Fanta.
But doesn't 86 mean to do something? Oh.
It means to get rid of it. Totally does.
Yeah.
Right.
And I believe that these are all currently produced Fanta varieties. I found another list online that has a ton of them, but it's like a lot of discontinued stuff.
And these need to be done.
Well, we don't want to talk about that trash. They no longer carry.
But these have to be like current flavors. We can't dip into the old ones.
Current. These are, I think, going to be current flavors.
Okay.
Current flavors. It doesn't count like the Coca-Cola remix or nothing, right? Like where you make your own trash.
No. We used to call that swamp. We used to call that swamp. We call that swamp water when we go to the gas station.
Swamp water, sure.
Yeah. We just go
anyway,
to everything.
I found a list looks like it's got hundreds of discontinued, retired flavors, they call them. But I've got another list that is all the current flavors, currently produced flavors.
Okay.
And that's what we're going from, 86 of them. So, Big Jim, hearing that is the topic, who do you want to go first and who do you think is going to win?
This feels like Sophie's Choice in a bad way.
Yeah, because the original Sophie's Choice was definitely in a good way. Yeah.
Good point. Let's go with. I'm going to go with Scott to start, and I bet Brian can pull enough of this out of his keister that this will work. So let's go Scott to start and Brian to win.
All right. Always trust in Brian's keister. This is fantastic. I will begin. with the easy one. Let's get that low-hanging fruit, literally. Fanta Orange.
Yes, get that one
What,
out of
to
the
make
way.
an orange one?
Yeah. As far as I
From
know,
the
that's all they do.
1960s all the way to now, Fanta Orange. And we are off to the races.
It is there. Got to be
All right,
their,
I
like,
got
chief
I got
thing.
cut out there for a second earlier, and I was asking the question.
Oh.
Is diet a flavor?
Diet is a flavor.
Okay. Then Diet Fanta Orange.
Yeah, go with it. Technically, it's Fanta Zero Orange, created in 2008, currently
me.
produced.
They call that zero as
Fanta
well.
Zero.
Eh?
They call that Zero as well, because it's
I
all
wonder
part
if
of that
Coke's
Coke.
mad about that, doing the zero name and then everyone else doing it. I wonder if
It's
that-
a Coke
Fanta's
product,
a
isn't it?
Coke, yeah, Fanta's a Coke product.
Oh, is
so
it? Okay.
I'm
They didn't
sure
get
they're
too
fine with
mad.
it.
Well, Pepsi has their version, but it's not written the same. It's not Coke. It's not like Pepsi Zero. It's
Yeah,
Zero
I thought it was
sugar.
Pepsi One, but there is
Max.
another Pepsi.
Pepsi Max?
here. I have a can.
Pepsi.
But there is a Pepsi Zero. But for a while, it was just Pepsi One because it was 1 calorie, right?
Right.
It says Pepsi Zero Sugar. So they got the word zero in there.
Wow, and it's yeah. So
You
I mean,
see
it's even doing the zero sugar, which is the Coke thing.
Yeah, and it's
'Cause
black.
Coke is zero sugar. Yeah.
So
Maybe
they're-
you can't. Maybe you can.
And I'm gonna make it.
trademark
I'm
it.
gonna make a. I don't know if this is a weird statement or not, but I'm gonna say I think I like. This is controversial. I think I might like this a little better than Coke Zero.
I don't think it's that controversial.
Probably not.
It's
Who
not
gives
like
a shit?
Right.
No one gives a shit.
I
All right,
can't believe Scott said it.
let's
I
do.
know.
We were all
Cancel.
faking it.
Let's do. Let's do the
All
one
right.
I always wanted when I was a kid. Let's do grape.
Grape
Oh yeah.
or Glape,
Glape.
as yes, also 1960s introduced Fanta Grape.
All right.
Glape always made me more thirsty afterwards. Did you guys get more thirsty after the?
All that stuff, anything with a bunch of sugar in it, would always make me feel like I didn't really drink anything. I just had dessert.
Yeah, kick your diabetes in. You start getting more thirsty.
Yeah, yeah.
It was bad, but that's
Yeah.
okay because now you can drink the zero grape, Fanta Zero grape.
Uh huh.
At some point, this probably won't work, but for right now, it's working. Fanta Zero Grape, created in 2009, still produced to this day.
Fantastic. Zero Glape.
Zero Glape.
Zero grape.
Seem to recall there's a strawberry flavor.
There is. Yep. And
Gross.
That's gross.
yep. And Jack in the Box lets you get that right from the tap. Fanta Strawberry, created, believe it or not, in 2009. I thought it was older, but no, it's not. Fanta Strawberry.
It's not great. It's okay, but it's not great.
It's not great.
No,
Fanta Zero strawberry.
he's kidding. You have
Also
to be-
created in 2009.
Oh, really?
Fanta Zero Strawberry.
Oh, I thought you were gonna lose right then.
Right.
Oh man. All right. I feel like
At some point, he's not going to find the yang to your yin. So
well, I know of another flavor because there's a bottle in the garage that no one seems to want to drink. So I'm just gonna jump it. Well, no, then that just tells them what the regular one is.
yeah. So maybe you should go the zero version because they'll never be able to.
They'll
Get
never get it.
Never been
Yeah.
to pull the regular version out of my butt.
Yeah. I'm trying to disrupt the pattern, but I realize that being the guy who starts, that's the pattern. All right, so there's a peach outside no one will touch. So
Oh
peach.
yeah,
We'll say
That's
peach.
good stuff.
Fanta Peach, 2009 also. What that was created.
Fanta
So,
Zero Peach.
Yeah, get that out of the way. Sure.
By the
Fanta
way,
Zero Peach.
By the
also
way,
2009,
yeah.
yes.
Fanta Peach is the best. Is the absolute best if
Really?
you're making your homemade ice cream in the churn. You want to do it.
Really?
Fancy. You want to kick it up a notch with that Fanta Peach. It is delicious.
Really?
Ooh.
Okay. Maybe it's just
Yeah.
it's unfortunate.
We
it's just
have
in
an
there.
ice cream churn and we have
Yeah.
access to Fanta Peach.
We
So
like to put those little peach chunks in there, and then we kick it up a notch with a Fanta Peach.
Yeah.
Not that Diet Zero crap.
No.
No.
Okay, well then
well, yeah. I mean, if I'm doing ice cream, it's not like well, let's go diet for the flavor.
Right.
how about how about we do
Oh, I'm getting a call.
oh.
Uh-oh.
This might be the call. This might be me being the
Well, let's find
consignee. Hold on for just 1 second.
Okay.
folks.
Oh, this is great, Brian, because we get to find out
might
if
be a call.
mid-show here, if Brian Ibbett is gonna get the FedEx shipment he's supposed to get. This thing's got, what did he say yesterday? Like 10 pallets worth of
Right.
stuff.
Right.
seven pallets.
Oh, how
They did not answer, or it was like a political call.
Oh, political
God.
crap.
That my spam blocker didn't block from. So screw you.
Hey,
Sorry.
screw
Okay. So
all right. So back to this.
To Scott.
Back to Scott. Everyone's. Oh, geez. Why can't I think of it? My brain just went blank. Oh, Fruit Punch. Fruit Punch. They have that.
Oh.
Fruit Punch. They totally have Fruit Punch. Also created in 2009.
Fruit Punch is delicious.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm going to say, though. Maybe Fanta Zero Fruit Punch?
Damn it! They have a
Great
diet version of that?
Fanta Zero Fruit Punch.
So they just have a diet version of all this garbage. All right.
I will tell you, there is not. There is a. I mean, basically, he can do this a total of like 11 times. That's it. So.
Okay. He's done it like 5, so we're getting there.
Matt Ken says, "Can we ban the zero duplicates?" No, we can't, because it's going to be really fun. Like, it's almost like
right. Just
like
wait for me to hit that
roulette.
landmine. Yeah.
It's like somebody at some point that trigger is going to get pulled, and there won't be a zero in the chamber.
I'm playing a very dangerous game of Minesweeper right now.
That's right. There won't be 0 bullets in that chamber. I'll just tell you.
Let's do cherry Fanta or Fanta cherry.
Fanta cherry, sure.
Okay.
Fanta cherry.
Fanta cherry, introduced in the 2000s, disappeared. They brought it back in 2017.
Now it makes me worry. Maybe I shouldn't
still
say
being
Fanta
made
Zero
today.
Cherry.
Okay.
All right, what are you saying? What are you saying, Brian?
What are you locking in there, buddy?
I'm about to click on that little box. Is it mine? I don't know. Fanta Zero Cherry.
Yep, Fanta Zero Cherry is still
it.
being produced.
Damn it! All right.
The problem is, I've totally forgotten everything Scott said.
Awesome. Good.
They probably have a. Oh, is it combined though with another flavor? Everyone has this though.
Scott hasn't said my favorite. I do have a favorite.
You do have
and
a favorite?
there is not a 0 of it, because I have looked.
Ooh, interesting. Okay.
I'll just say it. Vanilla Cokey kind of vanilla cherry or vanilla something. Vanilla.
Vanilla.
Like there's something
vanilla.
in it. Is
Vanilla,
it
vanilla.
I don't know if that's enough. Is it enough to say vanilla? And is it a vanilla?
I will allow it. Fanta vanilla. Fanta vanilla ice cream is the flavor.
Oh.
But it's not like
Fanta Zero Vanilla.
Is that a thing though? That's a
yes.
okay.
Both of them. And it's funny because
disgusted.
The reason I gave it to you is because it's Fanta vanilla ice cream, but the 0 is just called Fanta Zero Vanilla. So.
If I had said ice cream, I would have gotten screwed. I'm glad I missed
if you
it.
would have said ice cream, I would have just done the same thing and kind of given it to you like I did to Scott. So.
Okay, good.
Yep. Mikey BC is like, vanilla ice cream soda? What? Exclamation point, question mark, exclamation point. Yeah, but don't forget there's cream soda too, and that's kind of like the same thing. So there. Stump on your response.
They have a pineapple, right?
That made me think of one more too. Oh yeah, pineapple.
Say?
Pineapple's delicious.
Yeah. Do they have that, Brian?
Absolutely.
Is that what you're saying? Is that your answer?
I'm saying pineapple.
Yes, they do, and it's delicious. It's
delicious.
2006 to the present Fanta pineapple.
Okay.
And I do happen to know that I don't recall a 0 of that. I've never seen a 0 of pineapple.
Do we have a
This is a
break in
flavor
that?
that I like. I've looked for 0s on the flavors I've liked, and I don't remember. Why can't they make a pineapple 0? Do they make a pineapple 0?
They can. It's not that they can't.
All right, I'm a little chicken on that one.
They can make a 0 of anything.
They can make whatever.
Right. Then I'm just going to go with the pina colada, which is my favorite.
Ew, they have that? Wow.
Yeah.
Do you also like getting caught in the rain?
I do. And they don't have a 0 of that one for some reason.
Fanta Pina Colada 2020. It's funny. It says 2020 to present.
Right.
So they make it now and also now.
Oh, they make it now and now? Wow.
Now and now, yes.
All right. So that's a real
thing. And it
thing.
is delicious,
and
by the way.
I've never tried
if you go, do you guys go to Publix? You don't have a Publix?
We don't have Publix here.
No, that's a South thing.
I was just down the
store
Publix.
called Privix.
Oh, there you go. I was just down the Publix soda aisle 2 days ago. I was looking deep for a normal size bottle of Code Red, and I couldn't find one.
Oh, yeah.
But I did see lots of Fanta, and I saw that pina colada, and
We
I
have
got
a-
one, and
so
it
there's
was
a
delicious.
Total Beverage that I know specializes a lot in alcohol, but I think they've got a really wide selection of soft drinks for mixers, and I'll have to see if they have
they do.
pina colada there.
Total
And
beverage.
they got
it's called?
tons of
Total Beverage.
Total beverage.
total kombucha. I get a bunch of that junk
It's
too.
got cereal in it. It's a high fiber cereal beverage. Total cereal or beverage.
Yes, it's really good for you, that Total Beverage.
Yeah, 2 scoops. All right, let's see. What have I not
Two
done?
poops.
I hate being first because now I'm on the odds here. So Brian let slip that there's no pina colada 0 because you just said that.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I've never found one. Doesn't mean there's not. Just means I've never seen one.
Well, I'm still gonna try to be safe.
It's
here and just
2020
say-
though, right? So I mean, it just came out.
Let's say sometimes I like this from some brands. I've never had it from Fanta, but they probably have a grapefruit flavor. Probably.
They do. Introduced in
Grapefruit.
2016, Fanta Grapefruit,
Yuck.
kind of like a squirt, basically.
Okay.
Ugh.
Ooh, yeah,
I've never
squirts
had
are-
the grapefruit. That sounds gross. That has to be something they just keep in the Utah
What, do you not
area.
like squirt soda?
Eh.
Ruby Red Squirt?
Ruby red squirt. It's not bad.
It sounds worse and worse the more words I add to it.
Yeah. My
Whatever.
wrestling name in high school. Ruby red squirt.
I'm going with Fanta Raspberry.
Oh, shut up. It
Fanta
doesn't
Raspberry, of
exist.
course.
Shit.
It does not say when it got introduced, but it does exist. And Fanta Raspberry, now on the list.
I
know what
can't
to
do
do,
what
Scott.
Brian does because I don't know about the diet ones. I'm out of flavors here. Let me think real quick. What do my kids like? Oh, is anyone? I don't know if anyone said this, so this might be the end. Mango flavor?
Ooh.
Mango, Fanta Mango. 2015 it was introduced.
Oh,
Still produced today. Fanta Mango.
Oh,
that's fun to say. Say it some more.
that is
Fanta
your-
Mango.
Fanta Mango.
Fanta Mango.
Fanta Mango.
Welcome
Fanta
to
Mango.
Fanta Mango.
Oh, Bombat says that it was introduced in 1988. So my list, the card says Moops.
Moops. The card says Moops. I'm
The card says
sorry.
Moops.
I'm
2015
sorry.
is when it says it
The
was introduced. So
card
maybe it
says
came out,
Moops.
disappeared, and then came back.
Here's one I always see and never get, but I really like in the Gatorade. Fanta Lime.
Fanta Lime, sure. It doesn't have a year, but Fanta Lime. Nice green can.
I'm officially out of. Wait, lime? That'd be like Sprite.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Without the lemon and lime, right?
Then I'm guessing they do a
Doo-doo.
total guess, but there's probably maybe as a diet /0 lime.
Fanta Zero
Zion
Lime. Absolutely.
Ah, now the shoes are on the other foot.
Oh.
Are they?
now,
Very
now who's playing
good.
defense.
Very good.
All right, yours.
So this is not really a. Go back to the question again. So it's any Fanta flavors. It's not just fruit,
Current.
right?
Current Fanta flavors.
Currently produced Fanta flavors around the world.
And one of those might be the current flavor or not.
Vanilla's not a fruit, right?
Oh, yeah. That's a flavor. See.
Yes.
Oh, that's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
okay. All right. So
Fanta
pina
current.
colada is technically not a fruit, is it?
I'm going with Fanta Lemon.
Fanta lemon. It certainly is. Fanta
Really?
lemon.
Is it really?
There's
Yep.
really a
Yep.
Fanta lemon?
It's listed as.
I've never had a Fanta Lemon.
It's in another part of the. It's in another part of the world. You may find your Fanta
Oh,
in a Japanese Stop and Shop.
interesting.
Burning
Yes.
down the house.
I
All
thought
right.
I thought I was out there. I thought I was like just pulling at straws.
Well, I might.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Wait. There's one more. Well, what if they have a flavor like that? Now I'm starting to just see things. Now I'm just starting to
Yeah.
imagine all the different labels with.
Actually, I can
BS.
tell you, Fanta lemon is found in Albania,
Oh.
in Argentina, in
Hey, this is post. I mean,
Austria,
I might could get some of this shipped to me. That sounds good.
Belarus, Belgium. I'm not going to go through the whole list, but it's found in a lot of countries.
All right. This is a guess. They have a root beer, probably. Fanta root beer.
Fanta root beer. No Fanta root beer.
Oh, come on! Really?
Yeah,
Nothing?
I know,
They don't have a
like...
cream soda or any of that? I guess I didn't say cream soda.
You should have said cream soda, but they don't have a root beer. Yes.
Interesting.
All right, can I go through this list because it is crazy?
Yeah, go.
And some of these are USA, a lot of these are not.
USA.
Fanta apple, Fanta berry, Fanta birch beer, close. Fanta blue raspberry, Fanta blue vanilla, Fanta bubblegum, Fanta cherry limeade. Yeah,
that's a great one.
Fanta clear apple, Fanta clear pineapple, Fanta cream soda, Fanta fresh apple, Fanta fun mix, Fanta golden grape. I'm not going to say Fanta before all these. Green, just green, Fanta green. Don't know what it tastes like. Green apple, green soda, honey lemon, iced tea, icy lemon lime, lactic.
Yeah.
No, I don't want any lactic. Oh, that's gross.
It does sound really bad. Fanta light mango, light pineapple, light strawberry, light watermelon, love berry, melon cream, melon frosty, moo moo white.
Oh God! This has to be Japan, right?
Yes.
Because yeah, okay, yeah.
Muscat, like the wine,
What?
or muscat. Nashi, all three of those. Japan, of course. Otona
Fanta wasabi.
Papaya, party mix, muscat, and apple. Oh, a little combination there. Pomegranate, red tangerine, salty watermelon, sour grape, sour green apple, sour orange, spider chocolate orange. I love a good soft drink with the word
Now,
spider.
where's that one at? Is that like in Argentina?
It says other. I'll find it in a second here.
No idea what that is.
Starfruit, strawberry cream, tropical mango, tropical yogurt, ultra lemon,
yogurt,
ume, watermelon lime, white banana, white strawberry,
white banana.
wild cherry.
Thank God.
It's a much smaller can. White strawberry, wild cherry, separate from regular cherry, yuzu, and then there's zeros. The ones you didn't guess: zero cider. There is a zero raspberry, and finally zero zesty berry. Or just plain zesty berry.
Tell me what was the birch fruit, or what do you call it? Birch
beer.
What is that?
It's like it's different than root beer. It's like a sharper flavor.
It uses the birch instead of the
root
beer. Yeah. We don't want to anger the soda gods.
No,
and call one thing like another.
It's like the difference between ginger beer and ginger ale. There is a sharpness difference. Spicy. Difference, and I feel like that's the kind of same thing with birch beer. I'm really curious about. Oh, get another call. Hold on, beer back.
Let's see who it is. Okay, well while he's doing
Scott,
that,
do you guys have a FYE where you live?
We used to. We don't anymore.
No, because they have a lot of Fanta drinks there.
Maybe we do.
And they have the Japanese flavors, and I have never tried a couple of them. I've tried a lot of the Kit Kat flavors though.
Oh
and
yeah,
those
things
things
are great.
Always weird.
Nothing wrong with those. Brian, was that another political call?
No, apparently I'm gonna answer every sales call that comes up. It's conservation windows and siding.
Great.
Oh, hey, F you, I'm in the middle of something.
Yeah. Oh, hey you, I'm doing a show. Well, the good news is,
hey you.
Here's the good news.
Winner, chicken dinner.
We got a winner, everybody. Yeah, dude, how do you feel, Big Jim? How's that feel?
I feel pretty good. Hey, Brian, I'm going to do not Ibbit, but or not Brian Ibbit. Let me start over again. Use my tongue. Brian Ibbit. I'm going to send you the phone number for that trucking company in Colorado because I can look it up in about 10 minutes. I know exactly who to talk to there.
Oh, that's
so
good.
Don't worry about it because we'll let them call me and arrange. I appreciate that, but it sounds like it'll take me a long time to find the right. Oh, no, and I appreciate that, man. It just feels like it'll take a lot of showtime for me to find the right
I think
person.
you should hate Brian now. I think you should hate him. And this relationship's forever over.
Do you want your prize or not, Big Jim?
So here's what you have to do. You got to email Brian, coverville@gmail.com.
Too good for my help.
And then,
see, you should have been talking to me, Jim.
That's right. You'll get your prizes, your codes. You're the winner. Well done, Big Jim. Have a fantastic
By the way,
day.
Spider, chocolate, orange. These are all Australia.
Australia makes sense.
Yeah. Retired ones, Spider Strawberry, Spider Chocolate, and then they still have Spider Chocolate Orange down in
Retired.
Australia. I think we need one of our Australian listeners to maybe send us a sample of some.
I need some Fanta beer. Sure.
Would you drink Fanta Lactic?
I would try it.
I would try Fanta Lactic.
Yeah, I would try it.
I mean, lactic acid is like what? That's Taiwan, by the way, is where lactic.
But is it lactic or is it
Just milky. It could be milky.
I mean, lactic is a root word. I mean, you don't necessarily have to mean what you think it means.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well,
it's lactic white grape is the full flavor name.
Right.
Yeah, so it's probably a milky grape.
Or is it acidic? Is it acidic?
I'm guessing lactic acid isn't necessarily the kind of acidic you're thinking of. It's not like aliens.
Right, it's not. Yeah, I was just saying. What's the
when we
root
drank
word?
yogurt soda? Spectacular.
Oh, now we're coming back to it. Yeah, now we know.
That's right. Wasn't Nicole locked in her hotel room for the next few hours puking after drinking that?
God. I don't remember. Somebody got sick on it though, right? I don't remember. I only sipped it and it was terrible.
It was horrendous.
Anyway, Brian, or our upcoming guest, Tom Merritt, though, drank like half of it and a donut and was fine. So whatever, that guy can eat anything.
It was a donut.
This
can
weekend,
I give you one little piece of trivia that's brilliant?
Yeah.
Hold on one sec. In Thailand, Fanta red soda is strawberry flavored. Red Fanta reportedly the preferred drink of the then king of Thailand, Bumbial Adulyadej.
Yes.
Okay.
Glasses and open bottles of red Fanta are often seen as offerings on the small altars displayed in most Thai homes and shops, and they supposedly represent blood offerings in Thai beliefs. So
it wasn't that. Wasn't that the joke in Joe versus the Volcano? Because that local guy, that's how they were dealing with those guys. Was with the soda, with orange soda
now
or something.
that makes sense all these years later.
Totally, yeah.
Yeah, weird. That's weird.
That
Isn't
is
it?
weird.
Like, I understand, I understand ancient religious sort of ceremonial beliefs and all that. I get it. But it's a can of soda made here in the U.S. by the Coca-Cola
Let
Company.
me tell you something. If I lived in the middle of nowhere and didn't have much culture to access other than my own primitive culture, bubbly water might be right up there for holy crap.
Yeah, maybe.
It's true,
it's a weird thing, man.
What is this magical elixir? Okay, sorry, but please.
Very
please
weird. All right, well, this
Sorry to
weekend,
interrupt.
just a reminder, we'll be doing Film Sack for the episode covering Child's Play 2, which will feature all three of us plus Randy, and it'll be great. I'm very much looking forward to it. Yes.
Guess what I got in the mail yesterday?
What'd you get?
A 7-disc set of Leprechaun.
Oh, my Lord.
On Blu-ray.
Really? Are they all? Is it all? What's his name from?
Warwick Davis.
Yeah, Warwick Davis.
I want to say he reprises his role every time. I believe. I could be wrong.
He seems willing.
I haven't seen a few of them, but I've seen 4. I believe, and he was in all 4 of them.
I couldn't blame him. I mean, that's got to be a paycheck, right? I mean,
Yeah. But they just greenlit a series for Willow, and he's in it. Like it's it's old Willow. He's like, 50 years later, I'm Willow still doing Willow things. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll see if Val Kilmer shows up or not. All right, on that note, I want to play this.
Glape.
All right, Glape and Brian Dunaway. Having you on is the kind of pleasure I can only describe in sex novels. So thanks for being here, and we look forward to seeing you again. Bye. Okay.
All right.
Brian, we're going to take a break. When we come back, Tom Merritt, as I mentioned before, will be here. We got stuff to talk about in the world of tech and recommendals after that. And hopefully Brian doesn't have a big shipment during any of that. So stick around. Explain the song for us, though, before we go.
The battle to sell home video recorders is now stronger than ever. These are the new models. Many of them won't be on sale until this spring. And they will offer playing times of up to, in the case of this machine, 8 hours on one cassette of tape.
How not to raise an a-hole.
The morning stream. It's called pain. Get used to it.
And we're back, everybody. Very power poppy. Very power pop.
Super power pop. That is like right there is the definition, the very definition of power pop. Kurt Baker and his song Out of Sight. He's got a brand new album coming out at the end of this month. Oh, no, I'm sorry, the end of this week.
Oh, wow.
It'll be out in like 3 days, so make sure to check it out.
Sooner
he also
than you
came
thought.
out with a cover album where he covers everybody that you'd want him to cover, like Elvis Costello and all that stuff. So
Ooh, that's
anyway,
fantastic.
I see somebody about to snap into existence.
Ooh, check it out. Hold on a second. Let's play this first.
With the computer, as with any tool, the concept and direction must come from the man.
That man is, of course, Tom Merritt. You know him as LA's foremost technological expert. Oh, yes, that's right. That's what he's known the world over as. Also makes a great podcast every day and live show called The Daily Tech News Show, which I'll be a part of today as well, among many other wonderful projects. Tom, welcome back to the show.
Thank you. I am Tom Merritt. I leave the veracity of everything else you said as an exercise for the audience.
There you go. That's a good idea. That's what we like to do here. And today, we'll prick your brain for the top technology stories of the day. That's usually what we do on Wednesday, so I don't see any reason why we should do any different today. What's going on out there?
I've got a wonderful menu of tech items, as always. Amazon's Luna launched today, but I don't know that there's that much to say about it. There's also PayPal now takes Bitcoin.
Oh, okay, that is news. I didn't realize that. I saw the Luna thing. I have not been super sort of motivated to do much with it, other than I'm kind of curious to see how it performs.
Did you get invited?
I did not get invited. Yes, you have to have an invite. So that's the thing. I did sign up for that invite, but never got one. So
I'm in the dark here. What is Luna?
Luna is Amazon's new streaming video game service, a la sort of Stadia, xCloud sort of competitor thing. And the big difference here is it's pretty cheap, and you
$5.99 a month.
Yeah, and it's not unlike Stadia, where you got to go buy the game, whatever it may cost. Say it's a $60 game, you're going to pay your monthly Stadia fee plus the cost of the game, even if you own it somewhere else. In this particular case, you still have to play the games they have, but it's more of a Netflix style sort of, hey, here are the games we have available. You will play them.
They've got like 50 at launch.
Yeah, which isn't bad, to be honest. It's all right.
Gotcha.
All right.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you for that.
The other thing to tell them about is the channels. So you get Luna Plus for $5.99 a month, but they're going to add channels eventually. Ubisoft is the only one they've said for sure where you can add on those channels from game publishers for extra amounts, just like you'd add stars to your Amazon Prime Video, that kind of
stuff. All right. So if you're going to add HBO to your like you said, Showtime or something, or stars, you said, they are definitely doing that model, which I think is really interesting because they're just straight up doing what they do with movies, but they're going to apply it to this video game model. And I think there's something to it. I mean, how much more you're going to pay for those add-on channels will probably vary, and we don't really know anything about that yet. But even at a baseline, though, for people who maybe you're just a casual gamer, you got a good internet connection, an older laptop, and you're just like, I want to play games and do it on the cheap. This will do that. Like, it seems okay.
And on iOS.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and iOS, that's correct.
Not in the App Store because that's not allowed, but they created what's called a progressive web app, which acts just like a regular app. You get it from the browser, though, and install it that way.
Yeah. Same with, or not same with. So in light of that, they interviewed, can't think of his name, the Microsoft head of Xbox. Forgot his name. Anyway, they talked to that guy. And
Phil Spencer.
And they basically.
I kept going Phil Schiller. Nope, wrong.
I know.
Company.
I keep doing that
also
same thing.
fellow.
I keep thinking Schiller. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's too many Phils.
It's annoying. Somebody feed Phil. Anyway, so I said, what was I going to say? They asked him in this interview, which had a bunch of actual interesting things come out about their acquisition of Bethesda and some other stuff. But one of the things that came out of it was, hey, Amazon's Luna, they're just bypassing this problem, going straight to this browser solution. Why aren't you guys doing that? And he says, well, we are going to probably end up doing that. And he also said they still think there's a future where they come to an agreement where a full-on app is going to be the way that they handle xCloud on iOS. But he seemed really confident that the iOS thing was surpassable and they'd get there. And that made me happy because I think I'm all in on Xbox this generation. So we'll see.
He seemed to think that working with Apple on it the way Amazon did might be a more productive situation than suing them.
Right. That might get you there faster. Apple will have their hands up.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We've got two things going here. We'll see which one ends up being more productive.
Now the Bitcoin thing. Let me ask you this: so if I was like, feeling a little scrappy, and I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bill this guy for billable time, and when I do it, I'm going to say, I'd like it in Bitcoin, please. I can do that now, right?
Now, what is this Bitcoin thing you described?
Oh, no.
Just kidding.
Well, no, I don't think that's how it works. Okay. Although I should check to make sure, because everybody who gets paid in what they call fiat currency, which is just dollars or euros or whatever your local currency is. PayPal converts the Bitcoin to a fiat currency before it passes it on to the merchant or whoever you're sending the money to. So I guess you could say, please pay me in Bitcoin, but you'd never know because you would just get the dollar amount.
Yeah. Okay, but that makes sense because the point is that whatever value or whatever currency is tied up in Bitcoin is transferable much in the same way there are banks that do that, right? So PayPal's just kind of, it's up to that standard now where.
Although you can, see, this is why I didn't want to be too firm on this. You can buy Bitcoin through PayPal, according to this. I haven't tried it yet. So it's possible that you could do an end around and say, I'll give you the thing, just let me buy Bitcoin from you.
Okay.
But if you're a merchant, it's going to convert it to the fiat currencies, the way I understand it.
That makes sense. To me, that makes sense. So if
you can buy, sell, and hold Bitcoin.
What if I have to pay someone at the end of the month? Can I pay them in Bitcoin so that they're very confused and don't know what to do with it?
I think it would end up being converted to dollars.
Okay.
Unless you do this thing, and I'm still figuring it out, so I may be wrong here, but unless you say, oh, buy the Bitcoin from me, right? But then you're just trying to send them Bitcoin. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you could do that, but you're not supposed to. Let's put it that way. You can. The way it's supposed to work, the way it's described working, that I know for sure is, if I want to pay you $200, Scott, I could do it in Bitcoin by saying, use $200 worth of my Bitcoin to pay Scott, but you would see $200.
Oh, I see. Okay. And then on my end, if I wanted to then, well, I guess that part we don't know. If you can take that money and do anything with it toward Bitcoin, or if you're just going to pay.
I mean, essentially, as far as PayPal is concerned, forget everything else. Bitcoin is just another currency. You can, in PayPal right now, I have euros and dollars.
Right.
And I can pay people in either.
Right.
So Bitcoin is just going to be another one of those where you can be like, hey, I got Bitcoin. I want to use my Bitcoin to pay this bill.
Right. Okay. Well, then there you go. If you're all sitting around going, damn it, when can I spend my Bitcoin? Now's the time.
Yeah.
PayPal's the place.
And the upshot, the reason this is important is by the first half of 2021, PayPal expects that it will have 26 million merchants accepting Bitcoin payments through PayPal.
That's a lot.
And that they will then expand it to Venmo in the first half of 2021. So this is Bitcoin's big day. They've been waiting for this.
Yeah.
It's like, my goodness, when are we going to be able? And I should point out, PayPal's not just supporting Bitcoin; they're also supporting Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, and Litecoin.
So all the different.
So just those four for now, although they say they may expand it to other virtual currencies. What they're really doing this for is central banks are developing virtual currencies. I think Germany is, China is. There's some talk of doing it in the United States. I'm not sure how far along that is. But the idea that there would be an official national virtual currency that would make digital payments faster and cheaper and all the advantages you get from using a cryptocurrency like Bitcoin. And so PayPal wants to have that infrastructure ready. And this is them getting it ready.
So they get it on Venmo, which they own. Then I can send pithy comments when I send my
Sure.
Bitcoin.
You can say, you're only seeing $10, but this is 1 million Bitcoin.
That's right. This took video card. This took poor video cards in other countries hours and days to process.
Yeah. It works actually the opposite. Like $10 would be like 0.000000001 Bitcoin.
Yeah. That stuff's gonna get weirder before it gets not weird. But then we'll all
understand. This is gonna be bad for Coinbase. Coinbase is where most people decide to hold their Bitcoins and buy Bitcoins and all these other cryptocurrencies. And granted, they support quite a few more than PayPal. But I looked at this and I was like, maybe I should move my Bitcoin over to PayPal so I can spend them.
So it's usable, or more usable, I should say. Yeah.
More usable. Yeah, exactly.
Well, that'll be a great topic. We're going to do that today. Other stuff, as always. I did want to let people know, though, before we let you go today, that Current Geek put out what we call an appendix episode yesterday. And it's something we plan the entire time. But after the run of Season 1's 8 episodes, we thought it would be cool to sort of return to some of the topics, look at some of the feedback about those topics, and then address them. So people had questions about our mana episode and why we didn't focus on the religious aspects of mana, and we have an answer for that. A bunch of stuff like that from various episodes, and we did it not with just Tom and I, but we also had Rich and Hammond there, our producers, and it was great. We had a really good time with it. It's up now on the feed, currentgeek.com or Current Geek Chronicles, wherever you get your podcasts if you don't already have it. The whole season's there for the taking, so go give it a listen and check out our appendix episode. I had a great time with that.
Yeah, Volume 1 of Current Geek Chronicles is now complete.
That's right.
Awesome.
Put it in your hole, or your ear hole. Sorry.
Ear hole.
Ear hole. Want to get kind of clear about what hole you want to put that in.
Only in the ears.
Tom, anything else before we let you go? Do you want to mention?
No, just that, folks. CurrentGeek.com. Go check it out. Let us know what you think. We will be doing a Season 2 at some point. We talk about that a little more on the appendix, so go check it out.
Yep. CurrentGeek.com. Thanks, Tom Merritt. Ace to Text on Twitter. Daily Tech News Show today, 2:30 Mountain Time. We'll see you there.
Bye.
See you, Tom.
Bye.
Bye.
I want to play the funniest thing Tom ever said. You ready?
Yes.
Okay, just for fun. This is this noise that he made. Here you go. There you go. Isn't that weird?
But that wasn't in today's, was it?
No, it was one time where it was on the show here, and we had said something. I remember this specifically because it just weirded me out. You know how I hear sounds and I have to go get them, right?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Film sack, same thing. So you asked a question or something, and instead of him going like that to answer, to begin his answer, he went. Now, he only did that once, but the file, because it's so short, it plays it twice in the Finder, so that's not really actually happening in real time. But he made that sound.
I love it.
That is one of my favorite moments. I don't know why. I don't know why that stuff entertains me, but it does. Okay. Speaking of entertainment, let's get Nicole in. How's it looking over there? No word? You're good?
No word. Yeah, no other calls, and I've been keeping my email up on the other screen just in case they try to reach out to me that way. So we'll see.
All right. Nicole's ringing, but not online, so that is slightly concerning. Let's see. Hi, you on with us today?
She should be, because I just saw her close out of another Discord group that we were both in. So.
Oh yeah, so you'd think, right?
Yeah.
Well, let's give it a shot. Do our best. I'm gonna save it here, actually, because why not? It's a good point to save. Okay, so we're saving. I've texted her. We're waiting for an answer from. Oh, she says sorry. Oh, had to reboot. She's on her way.
Okay.
So
okay.
Yeah, she had to reboot her computer. Sounds like a Mark problem to me, but
totally Mark problem.
Yep, you can always smell a Mark problem a mile away.
Mark, jeez.
So I have to admit, while we're waiting for her, actually I should record this. So while we wait for Nicole, the chat room had theories as to my mystery blood.
Oh yeah,
and I missed most of them. What was? Do you know what ended up winning the I don't know.
No,
the consensus?
I didn't. I wasn't. For a change, I wasn't. Keeping a side eye on the chat room to see what was coming up.
I missed all of that conversation, so I don't actually know if anyone came up with anything like reasonable or likely or.
I'm
whatever.
sure a lot of things came up that were unreasonable. Probably would be my guess. Many unreasonable things.
Yeah, we got. Okay, so there's blackberry jam.
A lot of people still going the food route.
Yeah. Oh, Daphne or Daffatti, I'm glad you asked. I'll answer this question for you. When people are wondering when the Metzen interview is coming, it's done, dusted, and finished, ready to roll. I can't post it yet though because he has a big announcement he has to make, and he's making it through some channels that need to be all set up to go, and we don't want to leak the interview before that hits. So as soon as that hits, interview happens that day. We're just waiting for it. It was supposed to happen last week, and it
dropped like
a
Drake
hot turd.
single.
All right, now this. Hey, you guys, check it out. It's Nicole Spag all the way from Colorado, her own self. I always say that. I don't know why. Welcome back.
Her own self.
Her own self. Hi, Nicole. How the heck are you?
Not too bad. Yeah. Sorry, my computer, sometimes it started doing this weird thing that the video just spins. And so the only way I know how to fix it is to reboot the whole machine.
Well, rebooting sometimes solves all your ills. You weren't here Monday.
As the IT crowd says.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right.
You weren't here Monday, or maybe it was Tuesday. I don't remember. Yesterday? Whenever I did it. But I love this dice tower from your husband. This is amazing.
Yeah. She was smelling Mark's box yesterday and said it smelled fantastic.
It smells so good in here. Is this what Mark smells like all the time? You just snuggling up?
I think I've gotten used to it. I don't really notice it anymore.
Oh, it's so woody and great. I love it. Anyway,
I'm texting Mark to say, "Can you? Eva's yelling. Take care of her."
Well, because the kids are freaking out.
Yeah, there you go.
So just this is just a little hint because I'm not going to show you till it's done, but I'm making something for Mark in exchange. So you'll see it.
So nice.
I'll show you that soon, and you'll be like, "Whoa, what the heck?" I hope.
Was Steven on Monday?
Steven was not here Monday. No.
Oh, okay.
Because
he got one too.
Yeah, I wanted to hear his
I haven't heard from him. I'm hoping he got it.
His wood is different, right? Got a different kind of wood.
Yeah, his wood is different. Indeed.
Yeah, his wood smells a little different. But he's.
I think he got the. I think
natural.
He might have gotten the zebra wood.
The stripy one. Yeah.
There was maybe a small maple. I can't remember.
Yeah, and this one, I don't know what this is. I think it's the. I don't know what it is. It just smells so good. I just want to. Can I wear this?
And do you know who got the? Do you know who got the third one? There was a third one.
Did it go to Liam?
No, I offered it up for auction. On our Woodworkers Fighting Cancer, we were benefiting St. Jude this year.
Yeah.
Oh, Ava. And
what's Mark doing? He should be helping her.
Jerry Tolbert.
Oh, Dr. Jerry.
Dr. Jerry. So I wanted to say thank you to Dr. Jerry because he's awesome.
Yeah.
And I have it right here. Yeah, I'm going to put it in the mail today. I'm going to do it today.
That's awesome.
Do it today.
Today.
That's so cool. Jerry Tolbert's a great guy anyway. He's
amazing.
Yeah.
So he helped me figure out what was going on with my ears. And the pressure in my ears. And like my doctor was wanting to put me on like all these antibiotics. I'm like, I don't want to go on antibiotics.
Yeah.
Did it turn out to be 2 cherry jelly beans that had gotten pushed in there sometime in your sleep by one of your children?
No.
Or just me? Just me?
It was just my sinuses, and I had never done like a nasal cord or float. I've never done any of that.
Yeah,
it
that helped though.
Me out that,
Oh, I don't like it either. I feel like I'm drowning when I'm jamming stuff up my nose. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Well, as long as it didn't turn out to be like a Crayola crayon or something like that, you're fine.
No, I have nightmares about like a googly eye up my kid's nose.
Oh my gosh.
Why, I've read those stories.
Is that why? Because it's staring at you out the nostril, little googly eye?
You blow your nose, it goes.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah, it does.
All right. Well, speaking of things that don't sound terrible, let's get to the recommendals today. These are things we've seen on streaming services that we liked. Maybe we didn't. I don't know. But a quick follow-up. Brian did a follow-up earlier on the show. He finished his show, Dark, and loved it.
Dark, yeah. Which
on
was
you finished it?
Couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Love that show. But it requires full attention. You cannot be on an iPad because it's all in subtitles. And there is so much that it wraps up beautifully. There'll be a test at the end.
Yeah.
You'll almost be tempted. I'm almost tempted to do another watch through because there's so many things set up in the first couple seasons that tell you the ending that it's like, oh my God, that's brilliant. It's so well written that it yeah.
Well, I'm finally going to get there. Well, as
like an infinity symbol, it just keeps going around and around and around.
Oh, Brian, I have something to tell you that's really funny. You just said an infinity symbol while I was alt tabbing. And I'm on the loop back icon, which is literally
an
infinity symbol.
Yeah, a little diagonal infinity symbol.
Yeah, right when you said the word, I was hovering over it. All right, that's weird. Secondly,
it's like BioShock, right?
Yeah, a little like BioShock. Here's my thing.
What do I get to do my recommendals?
No. I'm telling my follow up. So Nicole.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, your
I
follow-up.
watched all
like,
of Monsterland. I told her this by text, but I just wanted to reiterate this. I watched all of that Monsterland thing on Hulu, the show that you got one episode through and just couldn't do it past that.
I was like, nope.
And it is hard. They deal with some really hard stuff, kind of across the board. There are some really varied up stories, though, and I watched all 8 of them. It weirdly comes back on top of the first one at the end. But also that final episode, I don't know what the crap was happening. You're
Googling what happened at the end of Monsterland.
Oh my God, you need to watch a YouTube ending explained
I
video?
kind of did. I mean, well, I went to a bunch of Reddit posts and a bunch of people are laying out all these theories and stuff, but all of it is his theories. No, the creators of the episode didn't say. So there's a lot of people with ideas about what it means and what the symbology is and all of that. But that thing freaking goes places, and it is weird. And so would I recommend it? I don't know. Did I really like watching it? Yes. And I'd do it again if there was a new season. Like, it held me the entire time, but I'm not sure what I saw. And maybe that's the point, like,
yeah, I guess
it's something else. Who's the blonde chick from Orange is the New Black? She's the main actor. Piper.
Yeah.
She's in the 3rd or 4th one. And that one was really something. It was great. It was great.
Does it get gross, like really gory? Like the first one, the guy rips his face off. I was watching it like this. I was like, oh, I can't watch
I want to say that's about as gory as it got.
Okay.
But there were other moments that were disturbing, but not because of their gore. It was just more like, what is that thing doing? Like a lot of sort of just really out there concepts, and the acting's very good throughout, and that really holds it together, I think. But would I recommend it? I don't even know. It's like I kind of have your feeling even after the first episode. Not that it grossed me out or made me want to not watch it. I watched it. I just don't know if, like, I could never go to, I don't know, some friends and have them say, "Oh, what are you guys seeing on TV lately?" I don't think the first thing out of my mouth would be, "You guys should watch Monsterland. You'll love it."
Monsterland.
Because it's just freaking weird. Like, for me, I like weird stuff, and I like weird short, anthology stuff. I love Devs. Like, Brian and I just could not get enough of Devs. That could be on again, and I'd watch it. I should watch it again. I just love Devs. And it's a similar kind of weird, but it's a more cohesive weird. I don't know. Can't explain it. That's my follow-up. Brian, let's get to your recommendal.
All right.
You've got a couple of them
Sorry,
today.
Nicole.
That's all right.
Bring it on. All right, tell us
first
about
one
your
is a movie, came out last year, and a sweet little coming-of-age film is all I'm going to say.
All right, here it is.
I thought I was going to go to hell for rewinding Titanic back to the sex scene 3 times.
I thought I was going to go to hell for looking through my dad's Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition.
I thought I was going to hell for having cyber sex.
Yep. The truth is, nobody knows what they're doing any more than the rest of us. We're all just trying to figure out our shit. But be careful online, okay? Don't give your password out to anyone. Not even someone who says they work for AOL. They don't. They just want to give you the Melissa virus.
Oh, this has to be set in the late 80s, early 90s?
Oh my
It
God.
is set in 2000.
2000, geez.
Fall of 2000, yeah. So it is, but like you said, early on in the internet when everyone's using AOL and the Melissa virus, which I'd forgotten about until this episode or this movie. Yeah. The movie is called Yes, God, Yes. And it is a really, really sweet coming-of-age film starring Natalia Dyer, who you know as being the girlfriend of, what's the dude's name? On Stranger Things, Ice Cream Dude, his girlfriend or ex-girlfriend, I guess, in more recent seasons of Stranger Things. Nancy. Her. She's Nancy Wheeler in Stranger Things. She is fantastic, and she's just so sweet and so cute in this. It's about a high school student named Alice who is very, very comes from a very religious background, goes to a high school that is a strict Catholic high school, and there's a sleepaway camp that you can go to that even helps further, kind of teach you abstinence and teach you celibacy and all that stuff. But she's just kind of figuring stuff out, and she's maybe not wanting to go that route.
Oh, this girl, she's like a little pixie person. She's a little tiny.
She's a little pixie person.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I like her. I like her. My point is, I guess that's why she's a high schooler or younger in Stranger Things, because she plays younger. Okay.
She plays younger. Yeah.
Where's this streaming?
This is streaming on online.
Oh, online.
Right now it's a 99.
This is a big part of me finding the movie.
It's a 99-cent rental right now. So Amazon, Apple TV, all that stuff, 99 cents, which means then in a week it'll be on HBO Max, because I paid 99 cents to watch it, which means that next week it'll be available for free.
Yeah, this is how we get free movies. We make Brian rent them, and then they show up immediately after.
Exactly. But it's so good. It's so sweet. And I'm looking right now, still 99 cents to rent.
So something she said in that clip made me think about me growing up.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, my parents added on to our house when I was growing up, and I got their bedroom, and thus I got their closet. For some reason, my dad didn't take his old stack of Playboys. And I found them as a kid.
You just left them in the room, and they moved
in the
into
closet. They were kind of in the closet, and I was always like,
wow,
that's so funny.
I felt like I was going to hell.
What? Hey, no, this same thing happened at my uncle's house. I've told you this story. He had them everywhere. He had Penthouse and Playboy magazines, stacks of them in every room. So if you went into their just common bathroom that everybody uses
so he had Penthouse?
Oh, yeah, dude. You'd walk into there and you're like, where are the towels? Oh, they're right there next to the stack of pornography.
Yeah.
It was so weird.
When I worked in the software company I worked at, had its origins in the garage of the house of the CEO and founder and head programmer. And he basically built up the garage with walls and dividers and cubicles for the 6 of us who were working there when I started working there. Mm-hmm. As we grew, we moved out of there, but it was right next to his house. And sometimes when the one bathroom in the garage was being used, we had to go into the bathroom in the house. And so you had a stack of Playboys and Penthouses right next to the toilet in the
my dad was classy. He just had Playboys.
Yeah, just kept them in, and he just kept them in the closet, which is where they belong.
Yeah.
Keep them in the closet.
Keep them in the closet. Read them for the articles.
Someone in chat room says, why did I say, Daddy said, why is this lady naked? I didn't want to tell my parents about it because I didn't want them to take them, because I was
really? Wow.
I was
fascinated.
I was just curious. It was just curiosity.
Yeah.
And
I think you'd really love this.
I probably would. I probably would.
I
was raised Catholic, so
oh my God!
I know all about the Catholic guilt.
This this would be right up your alley. There's no nudity. I mean, you're still probably not going to want to watch it with the kids because it goes into some stuff. Oh, I take that back. I think there might be some nudity, but it's in a slow loading AOL chat room screen.
Oh, those were the days.
Yes, exactly.
Good
times.
So
anyway, yes, God, yes. 99 cents rent it.
Okay.
So I'm going to clarify. These were like 70s, early 80s Playboys.
Yeah.
So the women didn't, because BioCow says that would mess a kid up. Should I look like this? They just looked, they didn't.
It was before the.
Yeah, like.
The oh my God, you've got to look this skinny.
Yeah, right. So they were old ones. So it didn't really mess me up.
And
yes, there was hair.
Yes, exactly. There's no Brazil had not even been discovered yet.
Yeah, we didn't even know about Brazil. We knew there was a movie called Brazil, but we didn't know what that was about.
Brazil was somewhere down in that thick jungle somewhere.
Yeah.
And there was famous people, and of course, there's always the joke about the articles, but I actually did read the articles.
Yeah.
So I mean,
they still have, they're still known for that. They have a White House correspondent who sits in the freaking press room and does daily briefing reporting. So it's like they still have all that stuff.
Does he? Is his shirt unbuttoned down to there, and he's got a gold chain?
Yeah, if not, and really tan, like super tan,
and really tan, and kind of too much body hair.
Yeah, and you can tell like steroids and stuff like that. Yeah, that's totally correct. All right, Brian, you have 2 clips. Right. You have 2 clips here. Let's play your second.
My second one is a series. A series. I'm just going to say that.
All right, here we go.
You expect us to be celibate all summer?
Well, I'm not banning self-abuse, although every stroke soils your soul, but how could I ever enforce it?
It's 1984, Margaret. They're building co-ed showers in the West Hollywood gym. You ever hear of the sexual revolution? Sex 1.
I am aware of the decadence of our era. Women's underwear that shows the buttocks. Pornography in your own home. Van Halen. I have been fighting the Lord's fight against filth around the world for years. And that is why, while still grieving my sweet husband Walter's untimely death, I took a small portion of the large fortune he left to me to buy this camp and create a safe, pure, godly, and decent place for the children of this country to escape for the summer. It is a dream come true. Now, there aren't many rules, but I expect every one of you to follow them without exception.
Man, I have no idea what that is.
The chat gave it.
Did the chat give it away? I'm trying to see.
Red Oaks.
No, it's not
Oh,
Red
it's not
Oaks.
Red Oaks.
It's not Meatballs.
This is a season of a series that that I know you're a fan of, Nicole. So you maybe haven't watched this one yet, but you probably will at some point. This is American Horror Story 1984. We decided to watch this for October. This is focuses on Camp Redwood, which is basically every trope of every slasher film ever created, all put into one. And what's funny is we watched this before we watched Final Girls, which Ian recommended on Monday and just told us about, which turned out to be really great. That movie is aware of itself being all the tropes. American Horror Story 1984 is not aware of itself being full of tropes. And unlike other seasons of American Horror Story, this one only has a couple people that have appeared in previous seasons.
Really?
Emma Roberts, Julia Roberts' niece, Billie Lourd, so Carrie Fisher's daughter, kind of the two main characters.
Both of those girls were in Scream Queens too, which is the first season of Scream Queens. Amazing if you haven't seen it.
And very appropriate, very well connected to this.
Yeah.
Dermot McDermott appears in this as well. A very brief appearance, as does Lily Robb, who is another frequent American Horror Story appearance. But no Sarah Paulson, no basically a lot of your...
Wait a minute, what about what's her name that's in everything all the time? Old lady.
Jessica Lange?
Yeah.
No, she takes a break. She doesn't come back till
Apocalypse?
Apocalypse.
Oh, okay. That surprises me.
I stopped on Roanoke. I'm having a hard time getting through Roanoke.
Oh, really? Yeah, I hear good things about Apocalypse. We did not see Roanoke at all. I think the last one we actually watched was Freak Show? No, what...
I loved Hotel.
Oh, we watched Hotel. That was the last one we watched. With,
Asylum was
Lady
hard
Gaga.
to watch it episode by episode, so I just binge watched
That's a
the
good
whole
binge
thing.
one.
That's definitely a binge one because it's a little slow.
So, and here's what I'd say about this one. It's good. It's not. If you want this sort of thing in a more encapsulated format, go watch Final Girls, which I think is on Hulu. I'm trying to remember where we watched it.
Final
the one
Girls.
that Ian recommended Monday. But if you want kind of a more long drawn out season that really puts every possible trope you can think of into one season, then 1984 is got you covered. There's one point you could actually leave the season halfway through because they come up with an ending that almost seals everything up, and Tina's like, yeah, they should have just ended it there. So anyway, American Horror Story 1984, a sorta recommendal, appropriate for right now,
for Halloween. Sure.
Yeah.
Well, here's my clip, and it's from a movie that came out last year that I waited to see because I wanted my wife to catch up on the series it's based on. It's going to be obvious, but I loved it. Here you go.
He hired us. Who did?
Set up, Marshal, are we? Justice and mercy in proper relation. Feeling more a man?
Better lock the next shipment of lumber up.
I expect you believe a badge insulates you from certain untoward consequences.
Much as you're being a U.S. Senator will insulate you from jail.
All right.
Oh, it's so great. Yeah, it's the Deadwood movie.
Yes, it is the Deadwood movie.
I've seen this.
Oh, good. Streaming on HBO Max. HBO in general, but Max is where we watched it. It is awesome. And here's the thing. I was a gigantic fan of everything Deadwood back when it was airing for the first time. I've seen it maybe 3 times total. If I remember right, I was the one that finally pushed Brian over the edge to watch the series, and you ended up really liking it.
I ended up loving it.
It's very, very good. One of my favorite Western-themed things of all time. Certainly my favorite Western TV show of all time. But I held off on the movie because Kim hadn't quite caught up, and she also liked it. And so she decided here recently to just binge it all the way through the seasons, which isn't very long. And then we together would watch the movie. So we did that. So we watched it last night. And that's a fun thing to do because you realize that they stopped filming this show like in 05 or 06, and then nothing until last year. So everyone's older. Most of the characters return. It's like a lot of those characters return. Powers Booth obviously passed away in the interim. So did Richardson, a few other characters in the show. But for the most part, everyone's still around. Charlie Utter and Calamity Jane and Doc Cochran and all those guys. So they get all those actors back. And of course, you know your main characters of Val Swearingen and Seth. What's Seth's last name? Seth. I keep wanting to say Seth Meyers, but that's totally wrong. Seth
Definitely
Bullock.
not
Seth Bullock.
Meyers.
Sorry, Seth Bullock. Anyway, they all come back and they make a movie, and it's the kind of thing that would normally worry me. And I have to admit, I was a little bit worried. Like, how do you do this? Like, you kind of left us hanging before. And then you went 15 years without anything, and now you're going to do this thing, and it's going to be that much time or so, 10 years is what they say in the show, has passed in the town of Deadwood. And how are you going to resolve and tie up all this stuff? They totally do, man. It's great. It is a great movie on its own and as a capper to this thing, which took so long for us to get. And we freaking loved it. So can't recommend it
we
enough.
did the exact opposite. I didn't see a single episode of Deadwood, the TV show.
You just saw the movie?
I just saw the movie,
Wow.
and I had Mark explain to me
Oh, I
what
see.
was going on.
Man, you're missing out. That series is so good. It's so
He wanted to
freaking
watch
good.
the movie, so I'm like, let's watch the movie.
Yeah,
So
no, that's totally
he
fine.
didn't
I
wanna
think
wait on
I
me.
think at some point you should go back and binge that stuff because it's just
Yeah.
so good. But it is all available on Max. Not for the kids, even the movie, not for the kids. It's just as sweary as ever, and it's got its boobs and its moments and all that. It's got its violent moments as well. But I just love how evil Major Dad is in that movie. In the show. Freaking, what's his name?
Yeah, in the season. Jeez.
Can I give his name? Why can't I think of his name? His real name. He's Major Dad. He's Simon and Simon. He's or no, not Simon and Simon. He's
he was one of the Simons, wasn't he? Yeah, he was.
I have those mixed up.
Harold
sometimes.
McRaney.
Harold McRaney. He is so.
Dermot McRaney.
People are saying Dabney Coleman. No, but although he'd be great in something like this.
It's
if he
very
was still around.
similar to Dabney Coleman. Though.
Yeah, but he is so just so great and horrible and everything about when you think about the careers of the actors in this thing, they've all gone from Deadwood to huge stuff. Like Timothy Oliphant had a career, but it wasn't really a big career yet. Things were still sort of brewing for him. So this is after Justified now, right? All that's come and gone, and other projects he's known for. And then you come back to this movie, and it's just so good to see him doing this thing that just made me fall in love with him as a kind of a Western kind of characterization. It's so good. And by the way, he's great on Fargo. Oh my gosh, he's so good on Fargo this season.
Really, he's in the new season of Fargo?
Yes. Oh my gosh, dude, you're gonna die. He is so good.
Oh, I can't wait.
So good. That's the show I have to watch week to week. I can't wait. I just can't wait. But anyway, check it out. It's available now. And I've come away, I said this on Twitter yesterday, I've come away from this entire experience believing in my heart of hearts that Doc Cochran is the hardest working man in all of the Dakotas ever. That dude, like really, if you look at the series, episode to episode, all the way through, all the way to the end, and in the movie, I don't think anybody worked as hard as that guy or was as dedicated to his craft than that doctor in that town. He is freaking great. Okay.
Cool.
Nicole. To Nicole now. What are we doing with you? What do you got over there?
I have a TV show.
Oh, yay.
It's on Netflix.
Okay.
And it's hilarious. I haven't previewed the whole clip, but we'll see what happens.
All right. Nicole's clips are often a bit of a mystery. You don't know. So here goes.
Yeah.
All right, I'm hitting play.
There we go. Hitting it.
Here we go. Warning, this clip contains strong language, adult
The
humor.
only thing I
violence,
don't like about the word canal is if you remove the C, it spells anal.
You think he set himself up as a rogue cosmetic surgeon to operate on a friend of yours, disfigure her, and turn her into a Bruce Forsyth lookalike just to piss you off?
Yep. Thing is, I'm not even that pissed off. You don't mind if I keep my sports vest on, do you? I hope you're not one of these journalists who gets their subjects sloshed so they spill the beans. Because that isn't gonna happen.
Hold on a second. Is that dude from IT Crowd? That's what's his name, right?
I was going to say, is the dude from What We Do in the Shadows, right?
That is Matt Berry. Shut up.
Dougie.
What is this show? Because I'm already in love with it. Because all you had to do was say he's in it, and I'm all excited.
Okay, that's Matt Berry.
Yeah.
This show is on Netflix. This is a Channel 4 show. There's 3 seasons of it on Netflix. It's called Toast of London. A friend of mine recommended because I absolutely love Laszlo in What We Do in the Shadows, and I haven't really looked for other things that the actor's been in. But so Toast, his last name is Toast. So he is just kind of a, I don't know, washed up actor. And you follow him through kind of his casting calls and just weird. It's so random. And of course, that second clip that played, they referenced somebody Forsyth. I don't know who that is. So there's going to be some references you don't really know. But they do set it up pretty funny. So
Toast of London
I'm
is the
enjoying
name of the
it.
series. Okay.
Toast of London,
Sounds
streaming
hilarious.
on Netflix.
As funny as What We Do in the Shadows? Like that same kind of humor?
I think
Not
yes.
self-aware, like
Right.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
You could totally see Matt Berry kind of plays the same character.
It sounds like it,
most
which I
things.
love.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
he could do
He's wonderful. He brought
is.
his Toast character to What We Do in the Shadows.
Yeah.
So
Gotcha. Okay.
You
But
could argue
apparently
that that's
he also
all he
plays a lot
does.
of-
Because like
What's that?
IT Crowd, that's just almost the exact same character. He's like, this is just what he does. That's his jam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I love him. I love him.
Yeah.
So it's
He
really,
even
really
does
funny.
he basically does this character on that Matt Groening Netflix show. What's it called? It's the fantasy
Oh,
one.
right, the medieval one.
Yeah, it's great. I forgot the name of it. Disenchanted.
Disenchanted.
So
he
thank
plays
you, Zoe.
the pig.
Bruce
He's great.
Forsyth was a game show host, I guess. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, and the woman gets turned into looking like him. It's creepy and weird and
It is weird.
random. It's so weird.
It's very weird.
So,
all right, I'll
funny,
watch
funny.
this. I love British stuff. I'm in.
It might. So
Sounds great.
I'm just kind of I'm going to keep watching it because I think, like with What We Do in the Shadow, it builds.
Mhm.
So it's not like you just drop into What We Do in the Shadows and be like, oh my God, this is so funny.
Mhm.
It's the kind of show that you got to kind of
Character
ride.
development. and-
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's what this show is too. So don't watch like the first couple episodes thinking it's going to be a slapstick. Oh my God, it's so funny.
Mhm.
I think you learn and grow with the characters and it becomes funnier as you go. So
Nice.
there you go.
Okay.
I'm all in. You had me at this guy,
Anal?
Matt Berry. Anal. You had me at anal. Yes, Nicole, you had me. You had me at anal. All right. Well, these are all good recommendations. You should go follow Nicole Spag on Twitter, and she'll have them all there with links and everything. You should totally do that. And one final thing I wanted to say. So I got this nice little note from Mark in this box, right? Your husband's handwriting is right about how mine is.
Yeah.
And it made my day better to realize that there are other really creative people I admire and respect so much that have almost as bad a handwriting as me. So that made me feel good.
You should see when he's really in a rush. It's like,
yeah,
I'm
the worst.
What in the world?
I am the worst. So he's still better than me, but only slightly. Anyway, creative people, don't worry about it. Penmanship doesn't matter. Yeah. Your art does. Yeah. Hey, Nicole, fantastic time hanging out with you as always. Nicole Spag on Twitter. Have a great day.
Bye.
See you next week.
Bye.
Okay. Brian, couple of quick things.
Sure.
Before we go. First of all, if we ever need it, I have that music now.
Nice.
Got the
Good.
whole thing.
We'll need it.
Yeah, we'll need it. At some point, we're going to need it. Okay, so we got somebody who wants to ask what's with all the muting on the show. So I'll explain. This is from Sandy in St. Louis, who says, sorry to bother you, Scott and Brian, but occasionally I'm not able to watch TMS live, so I'll watch it at night on Twitch. And lately it seems like TMS is getting hit with a lot of audio muting for copyright infringement. Not sure if there's anything you can do about this. Just wanted you to know. Thank you, Sandy from St. Louis. So Sandy in St. Louis.
Well, Sandy, what you need to do is get off your couch and start listening to the show. You actually record it, and you won't hear any of the.
Do you guys get what he's doing there? Do you guys get it? He's cutting it out like it's cutting out. See, he's muting himself for content.
Yes!
It was really good. Yes! It was really good. So here's the reason. It's dumb. Brian has all the rights to play those songs on the show. All of them. If the song we'll play at the end today, full rights to play it.
Right.
He has pays for those rights. Like, it's not, I'm not just saying you got the right to do what you want to do. I'm saying you literally have the legal rights because he's paid for them and signed up for them to play these songs on the show. The problem is services like Twitch, YouTube, and others don't have a way to sort of check against that. They can't. It's just too individual to worry about it, right? They can't do this with every single person to see if they have the rights or not. So as a result, YouTube full on bans your channel. You're like, that's why my YouTube channel got banned, and we had to kind of work around it. So that's why the YouTube versions of the archives don't have any music in them at all. All right, you see the break coming up, then we are suddenly back, and at the end of the show, it ends before the song. The reason we do that is YouTube is super hardcore, and you'll lose your entire channel access if you don't adhere to their rules. Twitch is a little less stringent. Oh, that's why, because I was getting stringent and Twitch mixed up. I got to be careful there.
Yeah, there you go.
They're a little less stringent, so we can play some of the music, but sometimes, some of it, not all of it, but some of it gets muted that's their solution, is muting it. But they don't ban your channel or get rid of anything. So it's kind of like this half measure where we like it that the live people can listen, and even if it gets muted later, we gave them that thing. The YouTube thing goes up without any muting, so you shouldn't have that problem with that archive, and then everybody else gets the audio, and there's no problem there. We're totally covered over there. So that's kind of how it works. It's lame, I know, and I feel bad for Twitch VOD watchers when they get the mute, because sometimes that mute overlaps talking. Like, it's not just the music. They'll, like, scooch it out on the edges, which I think is their way of discouraging it. It's really annoying. But I don't know what else we can do about it. Like, and it's either that or we don't play music on the show at all except for the podcast listeners. And that wasn't great when we were doing that. So that's where we're at. Just as an explanation. If you're worried about the muting, go to youtube.com/Scott Johnson. I put up every episode every day, and it just has no muting at all because the music is stripped out. All right? All right. Let's move on to this one, Brian, about toasters. You remember the whole leaving your toaster on thing or not?
Yeah, whether you unplug it when you're not using it or not.
Who was that on Monday?
We're going to hear a horror story, aren't we?
Who brought that up? Was it Bill? Was it Bill? Bill?
No, it was I'll tell you, because I believe it was Dreadnecks, because he wasn't
Call Now
while he was during
right.
No, it was during Call Now, not Babble Royale.
Right. Well, Steven wasn't here. We took calls. That's right.
That's right. Yes. So not Dreadnecks.
I don't know who it was. Somebody like that. Dreadnecks adjacent. Anyway, it says this. Hi, Cagney. Hi, Cagney and Lacey. Oh, was it J.C. Calhoun? Okay.
I think so. Yeah.
Actually, that makes sense. Now
it sounds like something he would say.
Yeah. He says, I heard the call about leaving toasters plugged in, and it gave me goosebumps because it reminded me of an event that happened to an acquaintance of mine many years ago. After Thanksgiving dinner, they washed all the dishes and went for a walk. That's a good idea on Thanksgiving. As they returned, they saw fire engines racing by in the direction of their home. Long story short, the fire investigation determined that a piece of dishware had managed to fall into the lever of the toaster, or onto the lever of the toaster, pressing it down and preventing it from shutting off. I can't remember what was sitting under it, but unfortunately the heat ignited something flammable. The entire kitchen was destroyed, but the rest of the house was saved. Since that happened, I always spend the extra 2 seconds it takes to unplug the toaster. P.S. My Danish grandmother would also unplug her TV because she said sometimes they explode. Cheers. That's a pretty great way to end it.
Okay, I had to figure this out because it's like, all right, well, they put all this stuff in the dishwasher, but a piece of dishware was on the toaster. No, they manually, by hand, washed the dishes, and probably the drying rack is right next to the toaster.
Yep.
Bad idea, by the way. Keep that away from the sink.
Idea. Yeah.
But a piece of dishware probably pressed down on the handle, and okay.
Yeah, so like if this is the handle and this is the dish, it pushed. Yeah, and it depressed it, and it just sat there, and they didn't notice it before they left. That's pretty gnarly, dude.
That is pretty gnarly, jeez.
But I want to know more about your
Danish.
Danish.
It does go to show you that weird crap can happen, and be careful.
Oh, for sure. But I also want to know more about our Danish grandmother's exploding TVs.
I'd like to know that. Yeah, sometimes they explode. Like sometimes they come back.
I guess so.
That's what I think of.
We didn't get to mention it earlier, but there is a Coverville tomorrow, right?
No, tomorrow, yes, exactly. You know what? I'm starting to actually think Thursdays might be a better day for Coverville anyway.
Yeah, why not?
But because of everything going on today, Coverville will be tomorrow. However, some great stuff. Number one, it is, even though it happened earlier this month, John Lennon would have turned 80 years old earlier, a couple weeks ago.
Oh, wow.
But because of Eddie Van Halen's death, had to do a tribute show, and there was another Led Zeppelin thing that I had to do because it was on the day of. So that the John Lennon show got pushed to tomorrow. Here's the cool thing. I'm going to be world premiering a new cover on tomorrow's episode of Coverville. A song that you cannot hear anywhere else until the album comes out in November, but you're going to get to hear it tomorrow on Coverville as the first track. So, and it is Beatles and John Lennon related.
Ooh.
It's a song that John Lennon wrote.
Fancy.
But the Beatles never recorded.
And if you want to hear a muted ass VOD on Twitch, check out
Coverville. I don't even do the VODs. Yeah.
You just delete them after, or what do you do?
I just don't have them. I have it set not to save the VODs.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, because it just would mute the whole freaking thing.
I don't want the hassle of... Yeah. It's just not. I don't want to encourage people to listen to a show where half of it's missing. So
I know that would suck. It's not a great experience.
I'd much rather go to the podcast, hear it all in the podcast, and podcast is what gets reported to all the agencies. So
yeah, we just do these streams for you weirdos anyway. The weirdos.
Right. Exactly. Weirdos. No, I love having people come to the stream. So streamers tomorrow, normal time, 1 p.m. Mountain Time, and that might end up being. We're gonna see if it's the permanent home of
could
Coverville.
Be. Yeah, why not? If your day works better, you do it. Okay, well, real quick here, reminder to find folks at home. Those 2 emails we got, by the way, came to us at themorningstream@gmail.com. You're encouraged to use that anytime you've got a moment to say whatever you want to say, ask what you want to ask. That's themorningstream@gmail.com. And thank you, everybody, for helping us out on our Patreon. If you haven't yet, go check it out, patreon.com/TMS. That will afford you all a play date next week. And this week, when is Halloween?
Saturday, the 31st.
Oh, never mind. It's this week. Yeah, duh. And we're going to do it earlier on Saturday because we don't have Film Sack that morning. So we're going to do it at what do we say? Do we have a day or time?
Let's say 9 a.m., the time that we'd normally sit down to do...
Perfect.
To do Film Sack.
Perfect. So
that time is already earmarked for fun. So let's have fun.
The new Apple earMac. Buy one today.
That's right.
That'll be.
I'm holding out for the earMac Pro. I don't know about you.
But, I know. Whenever
why
they do
waste
an earMac,
my time?
Exactly. You're gonna do the earMac. I'm waiting for the Pro or the Air. The earMac Air. Yeah.
earMac Air.
Yeah. Anyway, that'll be this week. So Jackbox.
No, that'll
7.
be next week. This week is
next week.
Yeah.
Wait, what is?
This week is Child's Play 2 on Film Sack.
Yeah, but Saturday is. Oh, right. It's not this Saturday. It's the following Saturday.
It's the following Saturday. Yeah. This Saturday is going to be the 24th.
All right. Normal PM edition on Friday then is what I'm trying to get out here.
Yes, exactly. We're no switching things up this week.
There you go. So
that's apps. We'll talk about apps probably because we had Dan last time.
Yeah, I think so. That sounds right to me. Patreon.com/TMS. I just found out my neighbor got COVID the other day. Got to stay away from their house. Yeah. He said we don't. Not that we hang out or anything, but the
Is
guy
he
they really like
any
him.
danger, like immune compromise or anything?
His wife is, and he's. I don't know. He's like not the best shape of his life or anything. So I don't know if that affects anything. But he's so far mild symptoms and it's okay. But he's got his kids around. He's got little grandkids. He's one of the nicest people I know. And I just feel bad that he's got that. Yeah. So it sucks. Anyway, if he's listening, I'll call him D. I hope you feel better quick, man, and that nobody else in that house gets it, because that would suck. All right, moving on. Oh, yeah, that's it. frogpants.com/TMS. We're done. That's the show. So we got to play a song, and that's how this works.
All right, goodbye, everybody. Okay.
Goodbye, YouTubers. YouTubers, bye. You're not here anymore.